Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to some Silent Hill 2, the Enhanced Edition. I'm going to go hover over the options for a minute so I can actually not have the splash screen take over. Yeah. As of lately, I noticed there was actually I believe, remake coming out of Silent Hill 2. You guys probably already know from now my stance on remakes. I don't like them. I think they're a bit hackney. I'm never a huge fan of them, and I genuinely usually like to just enjoy the source material they come from. But, you know, maybe it's perfect, who knows, I might shut my mouth and say, oh, it's the best remake ever, but I feel Silent Hill 2 is such a pivotal game in the history of games in general, and psychological horror, and atmosphere, just everything. This game is such a landmark game for the PS2. I grew up not having this game, and fun story before we get into the game, of course. My first foray into YouTube before I was an LPer ages ago was with my friend Nate. He had like a cracked version of this, and he also had me like crack a version of Fraps and Sony Vegas, which infected our computers both, and it was a good time. So yeah, that video is no longer available. We took them down ages ago in like my that was my junior year of high school. So this is ages ago, like 2011. Who knows, maybe someone's crazy and archived it, I don't know. Either way, I'm in the background of that video. We were playing this game. The audio was really poorly mixed. This is the day before I was me as of this now current YouTube account. So anyways, we are playing the Enhanced Edition on PC. This is not the HD collection. This is not the PS2 copy. I got this off of myabandonware.com. Now, I'm not going to link that. You can Google that yourself, because personally, look, I'm in the middle with abandonware. I feel there's some things that are just okay to download because A, the copyright expired. As a person who generally likes that happening, I don't mind it, okay? It's fine. I don't feel morally that it's wrong to download this, because if you go on Amazon like right now and you try to look up how much a Silent Hill 2 PS2 copy is, it's like insane. If you look up Silent Hill 1, it's even more nuts. Even just a PC copy is rare, and there's no ports except the PC copy and the HD version. You could be like, oh, you're so lazy. Well, you know, I don't feel like digging out my Xbox and plugging it in. I don't feel like investing in a capture card to get less quality footage than what I can already do on PC if the available option is already there. So if you want to download it, just go to myabandonware.com as of this date. They also have Silent Hill 3 on there. So you do need to install the Enhanced Edition to basically skip the CD issue, because this is not an ISO that I downloaded. I downloaded the raw file. And the Silent Hill 3 version is an ISO. You will have to open it up using a mount. Your computer in this day and age should be able to like detect this. I was able to do this in Windows 10 with no issue. You don't need to download like some crazy sketchy NeoFire or whatever thing. So they're all clean files. I've already scanned everything. If you do install Silent Hill 3, be aware that it's very difficult to run on modern operating systems. I had to run the game in compatibility mode. I can't remember which one, but I also had to like run it as admin, because if I didn't have it running as admin, it actually wouldn't save my settings. So my controls would occasionally just delete, and I was like, wow, this is really shitty. So I searched that, and that was apparently the fix. I had to have a widescreen patch because the native widescreen just isn't good enough. It really warps the audio, or sorry, the picture on my screen, because I'm running a 1920 by 1080 monitor, so it looks really, really weird. I don't normally mind it, but if it's on PC, the option should honestly be there. But I know it was a long time ago. Also, that game I had an issue registering the controller I'm using. I'm using what am I using? I'm using an IZDTAC controller. They look like PS2 controllers, that's why I like them. And it doesn't register the shoulder buttons on that game, so I had to put in an X input like patch, and like it's in Japanese of all things. Like So there's a lot of hoops you have to run through to get Silent Hill 3 to work. Silent Hill 2, and just download an enhanced edition, you're fine. Now, I will say right now, the cutscene volume, I can't change it. It's pre-baked into the code. I just can't change that. I did some test footage. It should be okay. It's not going to blow your eardrums out. But I have the audio mixed as well as I think it should be. It sucks because I absolutely love the music in this game, but I don't want it to overpower me like it can do, and it can easily do. And if you're curious, yeah, I always play with games with vibration off. I just don't like it. You can have it on, like, hard if you want to rub it and have fun with that, but I really don't need that. So, I also have subtitles on, but you guys should be able to understand everything going on. It's not that hard to hear, in my opinion. I have everything pretty much audio mixed as well as it's going to get. I have played the game 7 times, and I also finished the side campaign as well. So you can see, I don't know why the UFO ending doesn't show up in the credits. It's kind of depressing. We all know dog ending is the best ending, though. Framped is going to come up here and yell at us. My roommate went for a walk, so he's all alone with just me right now. And his girlfriend's outside, so he's very upset with me for, you know, not letting him out there right now. It's also 2 degrees outside, basically. It's not exactly wonderful. So anyways, oh, he's gonna cry. So, we're gonna try and get the leave ending in this playthrough. I'll explain how to get some of the endings later on, as I approach them. And in terms of what we're doing, we are also playing on a New Game Plus file, so we will have the bonus items like the chainsaw, the hyper spray, stuff like that. I'll show you where they're at and pick them up, but I won't use them out of the sake of, you know, they are a little bit broken. Chainsaw is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Hyper spray, once you max it out, can kill enemies instantly, and I don't think it has any ammo. You just have to, like, pump it, and that's it. So that's a little bit busted. Hi, Frampt. You gonna come in here and yell at everybody, or you gonna do that? Hi, you wanna say anything? Oh, really? Okay. Is dog ending your favorite too? Yeah, that's what I thought. Do you like it a lot? Oh, I see. Okay. Come over here. Yeah, he's just salty because he wants to go outside. He went outside a minute ago before, and his girlfriend came inside too while he was outside. So, anyways, yeah, we're going to be playing this on normal difficulty, normal puzzle difficulty. I have... Oh, no. No, you don't need to be up here. No. You don't need to be up here. This is not... No. This is not your place. Here, go down here. Leave it alone. Don't drink my coffee either, please. I'm gonna put that over here. No. He's staring directly... Get down. You don't need to be on the table. I love you, but not right this second. You're being very awful. He's been a bad cat this week. So, anyways... Yeah, let me see if I can do this so you can see what I'm doing. Frampt, you ready for this? I apologize for the inconvenience, but sync the audio up, Seth. This is what I'm dealing with right now. He's what do you got to say about that? Poke, poke, poke. Okay. So we'll leave him alone, I guess. He's gonna be on the counter the entire time. It's not that big of a deal, but I'm gonna go over and shut the door a bit. 1 second. Yeah, you're fine. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. You're gonna help record the video today? That's great. That's just fantastic. Okay. So, anyways, we have a helper today. So yeah, we are playing on normal difficulty. I have played the game 7 times, so I know what I'm looking for. I know what I'm doing. So I'm also going to include, like I said, we're going to be going to get the leave ending, but I will also show you how to get the rebirth ending, the dog ending, the UFO ending, and explain how to get the Maria and the rebirth ending in the process and in water. So I'll show you guys how to get all the different endings to this game. I will do Born from a Wish later, just not this minute. So I'm also going to include a speed run of this game after I finish it, because it's going to be weird let's playing it. My test footage I did, it was bizarre to, like, see the cutscenes again. And before we even get in the game, you know, YouTube likes to assume that because people that have been through traumatic things, hearing anything based on trauma is immediately going to just shatter every single person ever because stereotypes, right? So I'm going to point this out right now. This game has some very deep subject matter, and I'm going to say the S word because, no, not shit, no, not Susan, no, he's going to say the S word, it's going to break me, chop suey, no, suicide. So, yeah, basically, yeah, this game deals with themes of suicide, sexual abuse. There's implications of forced intercourse at one point in the game, but there's nothing overt. I wouldn't call this game in poor taste. It's not like fucking Yui Bowl, okay? So, big difference there. So the game does have a very mature setting. I would not go as far as to say it's upsetting, but it could probably upset you if you're that sensitive. But I also like to point out, number one, you're watching my channel. I may say dumb jokes like, I'm gonna bust a nut over all the gold I have in my inventory, but I also am not that much of a sadistic human being to make fun of things like, you know, sexual abuse, because, you know, this is neither the time nor the place to get into it, but I've also experienced pretty much every single thing in this game, which is horrible to say, and I don't mean to have a pissing contest, but the level of maturity I actually have about these things in real life, and the unfortunate stereotypes that people carry with them, that, you know, people go, oh, take mental health, this is mental health, I Google page one'd it. Yeah, this game actually encapsulates a lot of the actual psychology behind those things, and I think that's why it's such an impactful game for me as a person, because, yeah, I relate to pretty much every single character in almost every single way, and it's depressing, except for Lara. I'm not a girl, and I don't have, like, dolls, so... Well, I do have some dolls, but they're not dolls, they're action figures, right? So, yeah, that's the point, you know, I treat it with maturity. I'm not gonna be like, oh, dude, look at what he's doing to that thing, oh! Like, no, I'm not gonna talk during the cutscenes, because I feel like this is not a gamey game. This is a very experienced game, but I really enjoyed playing through it, and plus the hype of Silent Hill 2 remake coming out, I figured, what the hell? But this is why I'm saying it up front, you know, this is an M-rated game. If you're like 10 years old watching my channel, I say the fuck word a lot, and that should be your indicator of, number one, this is not a game made for someone who's like 10, okay? Let's just beat around the bush. This is called discretion, right? You know, this is something YouTube needs to get its fucking skull around, because, like, yeah, first of all, just get it, okay? Like, there's nothing light in this game, pretty much. There's very little humor in it. And I won't be talking during the cutscenes. I'll try to explain my interpretations as best as I can too, and I've tried not to spoil it because this game is so spoiled. It's unfortunate. You know, there's so many things. I spent like 10 years looking at this game before I even played it, because it's so interesting. And if I had to say a favorite, this is my favorite in the series. I've played 1, 2, 3, chunks of 4, with friends, and I think I've seen Homecoming with a friend as well. So, I've also seen the film ages ago. I don't really remember. It's just a fucking fever dream to me at this point. I don't remember. I like Silent Hill a lot. I love the music. So, yeah, we're gonna just jump into it. So let's go ahead and hit load. I'm gonna load my data just in case. So, we're not gonna go from here, but we're just doing this so we can make sure we have the, like, you know, data loaded. So new game, you can also select Letters from Silent Heaven. That is the main scenario, and then you can play the sub-scenario. This was released, I think, during the PS2 Greatest Hits collection. It's only about maybe 40 minutes long if you're reading everything. I enjoy it, but we'll play it later. So, also you can choose your action level, your riddle level. Now there's a few things this changes. I'm going to be playing on normal because I think that's the most average thing people are going to go for first. So normal action level, this dictates how much damage you take and how much damage you do. So also it applies to a few things like the boat sequence at the end, but we'll get into that when we get there. I'll explain the differences if I can point them out. And then of course riddle, you can also have that on extra if you play the game once on hard, one normal, one easy. And then you can unlock extra difficulty. Or sometimes if you choose hard, the game will actually roll the chance of having it as extra. You can always check by looking at your save file as well if you're ever curious. Man, I am scared shitless because Framp is right next to the keyboard. I don't want him to hit the button, so I just moved it forward. I just thought about that. So anyways, yeah, we're playing on normal. There's some puzzles that are static. Some things are random per game, like the locker combinations and stuff. So those can change per difficulty. Also, hard can dictate a few other things, but like I said, I'll get into it later. So we're going to go ahead and start it.
Mary, could you really be in this town?
All right, and we're in the game. So, as SGB once lovingly said, you have a spinventory, based on like Tomb Raider or something. So when we pick up items, we can also see them in here. So we're going to examine this. This is what James's wife is. She's dead. Very dead, by the way, I'd like to point out. This photo, if you look at it like that, not just hovering over it, but if you examine it like this dictates your ending for getting the leave ending, but that's another thing. We'll look at that later. We have a map if we had one, and your status there on the left, you can see it's green. If your health is in the green, that means you're at full HP. If it's transparent, like normal, like just normal looking stuff, no filter, that means you're on kind of low health, and then if you get more damage, it gets redder, and eventually a red cross shows up on screen showing you need to heal. If you actually have it on the higher green settings, or just full in general, you will actually increase your chance of getting the rebirth ending, or not rebirth, sorry. You get the chance of getting the leave ending. The less health you have, and the less often you heal, the more likely you are to get the in water ending, which implies suicide. So everyone has their own interpretations of which ending fits best. I personally think leave, because it's... well, I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it. So, yeah. Basically, we also are playing in New Game Plus, so if we go over here, we can see there's a blue gem. So this only shows up in the game after you've finished Born from a Wish. This is actually used in 3 separate locations with the use command. I'll explain those when we see them. I won't do them because I think they're just lovely and you should do it yourself. But yeah, so this only shows up later on. If you want to get a specific ending, you do need to have this. So if you want to get the 10-star ranking, like the achievements on like 360 or whatever, you need to pick this up. It's required to get the item count at the end of the game, but we'll get into that later. So, also I'd like to point out, if you've never played the game before, to take a gander at that poster in the background in front of me. That's important later on as well. So, yeah. Also, I fucking love the music in this game. It is amazing.
In my restless dreams, I see that town.
Frampt is watching this.
Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday. But you never did. Well, I'm alone there now. In our special place. Waiting for you.
I got a letter. The name on the envelope said, Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. A dead person can't write a letter. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then, why am I looking for her? Our special place. What could she mean? This whole town was our special place. Does she mean the park on the lake? We spent the whole day there. Just the two of us, staring at the water. Could Mary really be there? Is she really alive? Waiting for me?
Alright, so number one thing you want to do if you're brand new, go ahead and grab the map. This is absolutely imperative if it's your first time playing. Also, I'll talk about this scene later in the game. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but you should not spoil it for yourself either if you've never played it. So yeah, we're going to go down, down, down. Now, as someone who lives in Oregon, this is the shit that I grew up looking at, kind of, and it's really uncomfortable in a very primal way. But the majority of the fans and the community and just the writing leads to sort of say that Silent Hill takes place in Maine. Probably as a reference to Stephen King. Most of his novels take place in Maine. I love how you can also hear shit in the background. It's a goddamn Sasquatch, I bet. But, so also Silent Hill is influenced by things like Jacob's Ladder, The Mist. There's a few things I can think of that come to mind that I've actually seen personally. So, yeah, I absolutely love this game. Some people also don't like the control scheme, but maybe it's because I'm crazy and jaded, but I absolutely love it. I don't mind it at all. I'm going to ignore that save point for now because I'm not really worried about it. So, here's going to come up another cutscene in a second. This is not like Metal Gear Solid, but there's quite a bit of cutscenes in this game, which I think is good. It's more of an experience, you know.
Excuse me,
I'm sorry. I
No,
was
it's
just...
okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Lost?
Yeah, I'm looking for Silent Hill. Is this the right way?
Yeah. It's hard to see with this fog, but there's only the one road. You can't miss it.
Thanks.
But
Yes?
I think you'd better stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it. It's kind of hard to explain, but
Is it dangerous?
maybe. And it's not just the fog either.
Okay,
It's...
I got it. I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
No, I believe you. It's just... I guess I really don't care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going to town either way.
But why?
I'm looking for... someone.
Who is it?
Someone... very important to me. I'd do anything if I could be with her again.
Me too. I'm looking for my mama. I mean my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her. I thought my father and brother were here, but I can't find them either. I'm sorry. It's not your problem.
I hope you find them.
Yeah, you too.
So I've also seen people try to say that the voice acting in this game is bad, and have you heard how I speak? This is actually how people with like dissociation and depression actually speak at times. There was a point in my life where I probably sounded exactly like James and Angela at the same time. It's uncanny how weird it is, but it is genuinely, I think, charming and part of the atmosphere. So, yeah, I don't mind it. I think it's actually very creepy. I love this soundscape. It's awesome. And hey, look, a chainsaw! That's a pretty shitty tree, man. It's got blood in it. You don't want to sell that as a product. So this is a New Game Plus item. I think you get this after... Frampt, get down from the damn desk. Go down there. Go. Shoo. No, you don't want to be off the desk? Okay, that's fine. Alright, now you do. Okay, that's fine. So, anyways, yeah, you get this from doing a New Game clear. And I am struggling with, like, I bit my lip the other day. And I also have kind of a proto-ear infection, which it's getting better. It feels better than it did a few days ago, but, like, I am kind of unable to open my jaw as much as I'd want to, but, you know, I'm an idiot. I struggle with just not dealing with shit. So we're gonna record videos with it. It's the greatest idea ever. Oh, and I have, like, a bunch of, like, spots on my tongue that are dead, so if I sound lispy this session, that's why. I'm also, like, brand new awake. So, yeah, we're unfortunately not going to replicate the Texas Chainsaw Massacre here. You know, it's not going to happen, okay? James is not going to be Leatherface and rip shit apart. If you want to do that, go for it on your own time. I'm not doing it. So, but yeah, I think the HD editions have the option of having different dialogue from different voice actors. Me personally, I think you should stick with the regular because I think the tone is also the most accurate. And now we're officially in Silent Hill proper at this point. So, this is something I'll explain. I'm not going to be going down every single street, picking up every single item, killing every single enemy. I'm playing this how I do in a speedrun, mixed with, you know, my Let's Play mode. It's really hard for me to play this game in a regular context. You know, it's like playing Metroid Zero Mission. I love how I say I hate remakes, but, you know, it's like playing Zero Mission with, like, slow. It's just weird. But I can kind of do it. I'm going to try not to skip as much as I can. If I can find any references to stuff I might know, I'll try not to do it. Try to do it if I can. The other thing is, I'm not going to be killing very many enemies. I'll explain how that works later on, too. But for the most part, we're just going to be going from plot beat to plot beat here. This is not a quote-unquote open-world game. The map is just broad. There's a big difference, and it does change over time, which I really enjoy. So, this is what I think of when I think of Silent Hill. I think most people also think of this. This is usually what's called the fog world, what we're in right now. Blood? No, it's jam, James, you dumb shit. That's probably not good. That shadow just now. Yeah, so also it implies that James doesn't really give a damn. He doesn't care if the town's dangerous, he doesn't care what's in it, he has every opportunity to turn back. I'd like you to notice that if you're brand new to this game. So, yeah, you could easily make the case, James really doesn't need to be here. He has every option to turn back, get in his fucking car, and leave. Well, there is barricades, but anyways, this is a health drink. This restores, I think, 1/4 of your health. You don't need to worry about, like, your health very much. Honestly, it's not like Resident Evil where you move slower and shit. But to be fair, there's also no indicator as well. So that's not fun. So you will only notice it because a giant red cross shows up on your screen saying you need to fucking heal. So I'm just ignoring those save points, the party napkins, as Johnny said. I love the SGB playthrough, it's great. So yeah, if you're interested in the game so far, like I said, you can get it on my abandonware for free right now. It's not illegal, it's just, you know, I'll let you make the call on what you think of as abandonware, but here's the next cutscene. Alright, so this is the lying figure. Everyone says these things don't attack you in the first cutscene. That's bullshit. I've had it attack me numerous times, by the way.
What the hell is it? It's not human.
So yeah, we also have the radio. This is a Silent Hill staple. This activates when enemies are nearby. Barring an exception.
Oh yeah. This thing broken? What the? I better take it anyway. I might need it.
So yeah, you can also hear some garbled stuff in there. If you've never played the game, or if you have, keep that in mind for later. So yeah, we have a stick. This is officially as useful as tits on a bowl. Melee is so fucking dangerous in this game, it's unbelievable. You will take so much damn damage, it's unbelievable. So, I'm just gonna stick with the stick for a while. As in, like, as soon as we have the option to switch to the handgun, I usually just go straight for it. Also, I'd like to point out, at least on the PC version, you can go into game options here. You can adjust ammo adjust to like 3 or whatever. I just leave it alone. Everybody recommends putting it on 3 times for hard difficulty. Since I never played on hard difficulty and my only exposure to it is G-Star321's wonderful 10-star playthrough, I'm just not going to touch it. So, those enemies are called lying figures. They spit at you, and there's something really, really creepy that was subtle the first time I played the game that I actually didn't think about till like an hour into playing. They can't grab you. I was playing this like it was Resident Evil and that they were zombies, and I realized, what am I worried about? They don't have hands. And it really kind of made me unsettled after a few minutes of thinking about it. I'm like, they really kind of are useless in terms of enemies because they can only vomit on you and that's it. They can also crawl on the ground like cockroaches. If you damage them enough, they just scuttle away. And they can sometimes get back up after that too. Speaking of cockroaches, there was a cockroach in this area, but there you go, you can see what I'm talking about. They can scuttle around, they have a unique sound. Also, this is where you get the apartment gate key, and everyone likes to point out that looks like James. They like to say, oh, it's a metaphor. And I'm like, you know, I think it might be, but it also might just be the fact that they had the asset laying around and it was easier to just do that. They do that with Angela for a burnt corpse in Silent Hill 3. They use Angela, the character we talked to in the beginning there. So, not the only time that this happens. So, we want to go down the street here. Everyone probably knows this already, but if you don't, the streets in Silent Hill are mainly based off of horror writers and stuff. So, there's that. It's why I like this game a lot, is it also lets you navigate the game like a real city, and that is really quite cool. That was also in the first game as well. So, we're also going to pick up some handgun bullets. There's a few stores you can go into as well, but I'm not going into them. By the way, this is not an open world RPG. I'm also not going to pick up the hyper spray right now. I'll show you how to get that later, when I actually have time. And I'm going to be doing this level by level, basically. So this is going to be the end of the video, pretty much. So we're going to go into the apartment buildings, and I'm going to save the game in a second. I also like the jerky camera angles that just disorient you sometimes. And here's the map. I don't really need the map, but for Let's Play's sake, I'm doing it because I might screw up. Anyways, feels like a weird feeling groping in my skull. So, I'd also like to point out, even the damn save napkin things have some significance. I've seen, I can't remember his name and I feel terrible, he has a Simpsons avatar. Look up all of his videos anyways if you want, they're fantastic. He theorizes that these, like, squares represent the Jungian concept of squaring the self, or squaring the circle, which is basically doing the impossible or whatever. I'm not an expert on it, but I'll see it in the next one.